Right, so here we go. Okay, so for the recording, hi, my name is Fuan, I'm from Key Wealth, and we'll run through the Bestmed employer portal quickly, just so that you guys can see where to go and what to click and all of those things. Can you guys just confirm, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
All right, okay, so
Yes.
all right, so the first thing you'll see here is this is the information that they've got on record of SAPRO. We did try here to update it, but we can't update all of the details. I think it was only the email or the cell phone that we can change, and that's what the issue was with the OTP. So we can get that to be corrected, but we'll have to put in a specific person's details here. What's nice with this, this portal from Bestmed is that you guys can see exactly on what option every single member with SAPRO is at Bestmed. So you can see here very popular choices, Bestmed B2. It is something that we like a lot as well. Bestmed B2 network is the second most popular, and then your high-end options, your Beat 3, Beat 4, Pace 1 becomes a little bit less, and your hospital plans, Beat 1 at 13 plus 4 the members. It also shows the amount of dependents, so that's also kind of cool to see, and the premium that you pay, the total premium that you pay, and you can click on these little magnifying glasses, and then you can go into different members on them so that you can actually get a little bit more detail. So this would be something like if there's a change on some specific option or something that you guys want to share, then you can actually reach out to them on an individual level in terms of that. Excuse me. On the members tab, this is basically what I just showed you now. You can just here, you can search for individual membership numbers, different options. It's just a different way of sorting it. It's also something that's nice to see whether someone is on the system or not. And then Shona, this is where the finance team will head, the correspondence. So over here, you guys will select billing invoice, okay? And then you'll say from when to when. So if we just say March, and we go, I see you don't have to click search, but here it shows the billing invoices, and here you can just download them. So once you've downloaded them, that's the billing invoice. So you'll see here, if we look at previous months, do excuse me, you'll see that there are sometimes more than one, but it's as they get updated when members join. So I'll go through them to make sure that all the information is on them, just so that you guys know. As far as I understand, it's the latest one that's the most important. Okay, so it's as members are added that it's updated. So, but that's basically it. So that's where you get your billing statements, very, very easy. And then you guys, there's actually, this is the correspondence that goes out to SAPRO as a group. So you guys can see, like, as an example, if there was a complaint, there's no complaints as far as I know, membership details that go out. So it's stuff that's sent out to SAPRO as a group and not as individuals, if I can say it like that. So you guys don't have access to the individual correspondence, but everything that goes out to SAPRO as an employer will be able to get here. So if it goes out to an email address that you cannot find, or you don't have access to it, anything that you need, you'll be able to find here. And that's kind of like it. So it's not a big thing. I reckon that what you guys will use this for would be to get lists of members, to see how many members there are. You can very easily check here whether someone has been withdrawn or not. So say you've got a member that's that you know they're on Bestmed, and you want to know whether they have terminated their membership with SAPRO. If you go on here, then you'll be able to see whether their membership is still active or not. Before I log off, is there anything before I stop sharing my screen? Is there something that you guys would like to know?
Yeah, I just want to clarify something for the billing statement. So I saw when you searched in March, there were multiple.
3, yes.
Yeah. So we would just take the latest one?
Yes. So I'll double check that just to make certain. But as far as I know, it's the latest one that you would need. Yes. Yes. So I'll check that now, and I'll just send you an email. I'm not going to send the billing statement just because that's the whole reason with this Poppy thing, is not to send the latest, not to send the information, but I will reach out to you quickly. I just want to go check as well, because they've been giving it to us the whole time. And from, was it last month? The only statement that we gave you guys was the up-to-date one. So last month we also only got one. Well, there was more than one, but we only gave you guys the latest one, and that was fine. So I'll just double check to make certain, and then let you guys know. So I think how it goes out is, as people are either doing amendments, adding a dependent, joining, things like that, because they might not be allowed to change medical scheme options in the middle of the year, but babies can be born, so there are adult dependents that are registered, someone can get married, things like that. And I think as changes are made, there's, probably 2 or 3 times a month where they just update it to make sure it's right. Okay, so you'll see here, I clicked on that magnifying glass, then it goes into the specific members details, and then you can see name, surname, middle name, gender, date of birth, age, and whether they are active or not. So just so that you guys know, you can see a little bit more details if you need to. Anything else before I stop sharing my screen? Somewhere that I must go again, click again.
Sorry, but there's no confidential stuff, right? Just to make sure. You might have touched on that.
Yes. So, you know what? It's something that I sit with our compliance officer. So at Key Wealth, we make use of external compliance officers. We sit with them to make sure that we're always compliant to the latest legislation and things like that. And we've got multiple discussions regarding Poppy, because it's at the tip of everyone's tongue. Everyone is talking about it. Everybody wants to know what's going on. And at the moment, I think we've got multiple breaches as a nation. So just to give an example, if you go to a restaurant and you've got to put down your ID number, your address, your cell phone number, all of that information, that's not Poppy compliant, because you're sharing your personal details with whoever has it. The next guest that comes in can see it. So I think the important thing to remember is that when we exchange information, between, say, SAPRO and Key Wealth, or between Key Wealth and Bestmed, or whoever, when we exchange information, it's very important that that personal information should either be encrypted or limited as much as possible. But when clients sign documents, contracts with SAPRO, or contracts or applications with Key Wealth or Bestmed or Sarago or whoever, it does have an exchange of personal information that's in it. So the most important thing is just that there's a correlation between SAPRO, Key Wealth, and the firms that we use to cover the employees in terms of Poppy. But it's sharing information and protecting information. So Poppy is not about HR or finance not having access to what the information is and things like that, but rather than that information should be password protected against hacking and all of those kind of things. But I mean, their TransUnion was hacked last week. It's scary to think all of these things are put into place and still people are circumventing, their ways to get it. So, but, so basically what I want to say is that we deal with personal information on a daily basis. I mean, you guys work with salaries, we work with health questions. There's a big question for me in our industry, and maybe I'm going to make this recording way too long. Maybe I just want to stop the recording on